Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922 here to bring you One Piece chapter review. This is chapter 742. I mean, don't get me wrong, this was a good chapter. 4 out of 5 for this one. It's just that ending. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was funny as all hell. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. So, pretty much, what ended up happening is we get more of a flashback of Kairos and King Riku. And Kairos right now, he's still, in the very beginning, he's battling in the Colosseum with King Riku, who's disguised as this guy Ricky. Yeah, remember that guy? Yeah. And, and pretty much, what ends on happening is, he marries Kairos, Scarlet, because there's two sisters of the king's daughters, Scarlet and Violet. And he pretty much, well, at first it doesn't seem that way, but it results in him marrying Scarlet. And I thought this flashback was very nicely done. He became, the captain of the Riku army. And at first, Scarlet was like very cold to him, saying that you're a murderer. I don't know why father put you in the palace. And saying that even if you manage to fool the other country's citizens, you can't fool me. One day I'll expose you for what you are. And pretty much, the way it went by this time, Scarlet was 16 and Viola was 10. And this all changes until a moment happens where Scarlet is kidnapped by pirates and Kairos goes and saves her. And then she has a different opinion of him and saying, oh, I was so scared, I'm so sorry, And in the turn of events, essentially what ends on happening, she falls in love with him, pretty much. And basically she says this one line where she says, Father, if I cannot become one with this man, I will die. And what ends on happening is they fake her death. They fake Scarlet's death. And they end up getting married, getting hitched, this whole story. And they have a baby, and that baby is going to be Rebecca. Long short story short, that ends on happening. Good times. Until Doflamingo. Also in this flashback, which I found very intriguing, was we find out how Kairos got that injury. Now the missing leg. We found out how that happened. And we also see in this flashback how Scarlet was killed. And she was killed by Diamante. So, and it's basically a scene where he's chained up Kairos and so on and so forth, and King Riku is being subjectized by Doflamingo, and Doflamingo wants him to work for him, and obviously Kairos doesn't want to do that. He tries to kill Doflamingo and loses his leg. And gets transformed into a toy by Sugar. And that's pretty much the end of the flashback. And we also see that, he doesn't remember anything. No one remembers him. And he goes back to save Scarlet. and it's so difficult for him. Well, he doesn't go save Scarlet. He witnesses Scarlet's death. And we actually see Diamante with a gun, so we know it's him. And he's just so high-strung, Kairos, during this situation, so emotional, because Scarlet doesn't know who he is. So it was really a huge, massive emotional roller coaster during this flashback. So he basically takes her as, this toy soldier and brings the dying body back to Rebecca. And that's the end. Well, that's truthfully the end of the flashback. We go back to present time, see Luffy and everything, and, Soldier San's wondering, like, is the plan going to come to fruition? Maybe it'd be just best if I just charge and don't Flamingo right now. And he brings up to Luffy the fact that he knows you guys are pirates, while I am pretty notorious myself. And then we go from that to a little bit of the Coliseum. We notice that the fight between Sabo and Burgess is getting so heated up that the ring is like cracking. And that's how crazy it is. It's cracking under the pressure and it's ready to give. And then we get Rebecca realizing that Diamante exposes that, I was the one that killed your father and my mother, and she's saying this anguish it's paralyzing, Soldier San, I can't. And then we go to the toy house. Frankie has been taken out. Now, this is the part of the chapter where I go from being, wow, this is a great chapter, to I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, what? So we see Frankie, he's been taken out. And then all those the Tontanas are saying, Ursulin. And Ursulin's going to be able to defeat them. Yay! Guess what? No. Usopp got taken out. He's wrapped around freaking, he basically got taken out off screen. Off screen. Really? We're doing this? After that huge speech last week? He came in and he was going to... But I was a little upset when I first read this yesterday. Then I went to the J room. I saw what people were saying. At the end of the day, Usopp did get the job done. But that still doesn't it. I still do not accept this. I don't accept it. No. I will never. I know people are going to hate on me. And I know I'm going to get dislikes. I really don't give a fuck. I cannot accept Usopp as a member of the Straw Hats until he does something that actually, himself, actually does something where it means the defeat of somebody. Like, I'm sorry, but what about those 2 years he spent training? Like, seriously, I'm just saying. Well, where were those 2 years? So he basically gagged, and well, not gagged. He's been taken out, and saying that and Sugar's and this is Sugar is stupid. Sugar is really stupid. Really, really stupid. She could have finished this easy. All you had to do was touch Usopp. And it would have been it. Game over. Everyone would have lost. It would have been it. They wouldn't be able to, that would have been it. But what did she do? I'm gonna take this grape that looks like poisonous and feed it to you. Eat this and die. And he swallows it, and then funny face of Usopp with his eyes coming out, and he's spewing out this liquid, and then you see Sugar's face, and like Sugar deserves all that and a bag of chips. And her face, and she's like, ah, with her eyes popping out and shit. And she's like, ah, and what must have happened was, because of the shock, I don't think it was, because to some extent when I saw that page, I don't think it was she inhaled the Tabasco. No, what I think it was Usopp's expression shocked her to a point where, she fell over. Yeah. And then basically we have Treble saying, Sugar, what are you doing? Hold it together. And we see bubbles coming out of her mouth, and that's the end of the chapter. I would have given this a higher chapter rating if Usopp actually did something. The chapter before, I was happy. I was like, yay, Usopp, awesome speech. He's going to go in. He's going to defeat somebody. He'll defeat Sugar. Now, it gets taken out. He eats a grape. And it's funny, and the mission succeeds. Yes, the mission succeeds. But at the end of the day, people who like Usopp are saying this. That's fucking stupid. Like I said, the mission succeeded. Some people are going to say, oh, the mission succeeded, everyone should be happy. Yeah, we should be happy. But think of it this way. Why does it feel like Usopp is becoming a joke in this series? I'm sorry, but he seems to be a joke. The only time that I saw Usopp in this series in One Piece that I thought, wow, was back in Enies Lobby. Enies Lobby. That's a long time ago. Is it too much to have Usopp actually defeat somebody? But like I said, if I continue going on this, I'm going to get hate. And people are going to say, It was funny. The mission succeeded. Moving on. I want Oda to consider this. Next time, maybe you should try to give Usopp a shot instead of making him look like a joke. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that the mission succeeded, but I'm not happy how they did it. I'm not happy. I'm not happy how they did that. I'm sorry, in Undermales, it is like that speech last week was for the only purpose that speech provided was courage for Usopp. That's all it was. And at the end of the day, he didn't even defeat anyone. He got tied up, beaten up, and he's forced to eat a grape, and then he goes, he's funny. Is he a clown? Like I said, if I continue doing this, keep ranting on this in this review, I'm going to get some hate. But I hate to be the one to notice the elephant at the corner of the room. There's an elephant there. He's sitting there, And he's not pleased. He's right there in the corner of the room. We're there. And he's sitting there, and he's telling Bankai, what's going on here? Yeah, what is going on here? It's funny, we laugh, it's hysterical, but it did nothing for Usopp. And I'm willing to accept Blaze Bolt, because I know he's Sniper, he's a big Usopp fan. Nostradamus and everyone else. You're 411 on this. But I'm disappointed that Usopp made a good speech last week, and he was ready to go in, and he did nothing. I'm convinced that Usopp can't be... Like, who can he fight? No? But yeah, that's all I'm going to add. I'm not going to rant anymore on this. The chapter was good. Got a flashback. Pretty awesome. It succeeded. I'll be happy. But by no means am I satisfied with Usopp as a character. I will not be satisfied with Usopp as a character until he gets his just dues. Until he gets what he needs. Until he actually steps it up. Hey, that's just my point of view. Take it or leave it. Nothing else to add. There's not going to be a Titans of Darkness stream because I have something to do tomorrow. And I have to get ready for this thing that I have to do. And, yeah. So that's why there's not going to be a Titans of Darkness stream. But I am going to do some reviews, some anime series reviews. From what I heard, a lot of things happen in certain episodes. I will do an anime series review of that tonight, and probably something else, maybe like Origami. So expect those two reviews for those as well. So yeah, I'm Bonkai922. I'll see you guys later. Hey, okay, yeah, Usopp did it, but I didn't like the way they did it. No, sorry. I'll see you guys later. Peace.